we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. To throw his Carr. Flushed out right. He finds his man. Complete. It's Jacobs. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved, just as you said. They want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the 1st down and then some.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal. Shotgun now for Carr. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Down this close to the goal line, 1st down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on 1st down in this situation because 2nd down, that gives me that option of running play action and maybe throwing it.
2nd down and goal. Carr. Oh, looking for water, but this is intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And he'll get this back across the midfield, striping down to the 47-yard line. Well, it's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. 1st drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions. Can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Raiders, they were excellent last week in the win over the Chargers.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the 1st snap.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Fields now to throw. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Calais. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. They'll run. Calais. And good downhill running. He's got 6 yards down to the 13. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. And that is caught, but he will come down out of bounds, says the side judge, incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And it's 3-0. The Bears hit the scoreboard first. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. They'll have a 1st down past the 40. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced a ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now a play fake. Carr. That's caught by Waller out left side. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. And, Charles, this defense, they know that they've got their work cut out for them. Here's a quarterback coming off a game in which he threw 4 touchdowns. And they've watched the tape all week. They've seen it. But what can they do differently?
I think they've got to approach it like a pitcher facing a really hot batter. Get him uncomfortable in the box. Change speeds, change locations, change the pitches you throw at him. So show different coverages, blitz sometimes, drop back other times. Just don't let him get comfortable or let him get into rhythm.
Second down, Jacobs once more. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down and 5.
On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. A handoff. Jacobs running to the left. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Raiders have taken the lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Bird will not bring this out, and the drive will begin at the 25.
25-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. He rifles one that's intercepted. Jonathan Abram picks it. And the Raiders are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. 3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him. And what I mean by that is what you said, 3rd and long. Got to push it downfield to try and pick up the first down. Defensive backs live for this situation. And they took advantage of the young man right there.
So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march off another 15 against your squad.
The throw down the field, caught by his running back. And they move this all the way down to the 9.
It's a gain of 22 yards.
Throwing now is Carr, rolling to his right. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down. Play action. Now it's Carr. He'll buy some time right. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass.
And he finds Waller in the end zone for a Raider touchdown. With touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Bird will not bring this out, and the drive will begin at the 25. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Fields on first down. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off near the 42. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates are going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you...
And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Well, fair to say that when you're looking at guys that can run like the wind, you often find him at the wide receiver position, and that was special there.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
Bird will not bring this out, and the drive will begin at the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I remember
going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
A big connection on that one. 35 yards. On the ground, it's Calais. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it.
And the Raiders have got him. Max Crosby able to record his 5th sack of the season. So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And incomplete on the deep ball.
The scoreboard tells a story for him, a little bit bleak. And while it's not quite desperation time yet, it's definitely getting close. But the defense reads the scoreboard as well. They're going to back up and make them really earn it.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And problem spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a 1-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time.
That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. On play action, it's Carr. Oh, looking for Waller, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Khalil Mack. And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown. You think you're going into halftime with a good-sized lead. Not so fast. That pick 6 really changes the complexion. Probably also changes the halftime speech.
No doubt about it. Instead of going in relaxed, you're probably a little more uptight right now. Probably a little bit angry. Let's see if they can get their focus back.
Santos able to tack on the extra point. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone. So we will start here at the 25. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. 1st and 10 here. And, you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Boy, that was certainly well-read defensively. And the key to any screenplay is space to work. And there was none to be found there. And they tackle him for just a short gain.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Fields. That'll be caught downfield by Bird. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout, as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. On 2nd and goal, Fields to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Now Fields on 3rd and goal. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. So they opted to pass for it on 3rd and goal. Let's see what they do on 4th and goal.
Well, I think they threw it with the idea that if they didn't get it, they would go for it on 4th and goal. So they've got another play in their pocket. They're going to have to call it right now. No field goal here.
Here's Fields on the sneak, and he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. Justin Fields, as the first half is winding down. And the Bears are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Santos with the extra point, and the lead is down to 4.
17.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they will not really have time to do much of anything. 15 seconds, all that remains before halftime. Eluding the pressure right. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. On play action, now Carr. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On the handoff, this is Jacobs. A 1st down and more for Jacobs. And he'll get this down to the 39-yard line. So we have reached halftime here in Vegas with the Raiders on top. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? Bird will not bring this out, and the drive will begin at the 25. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they're on the short end of the scoreboard here. Charles, what adjustments, if any, do you think they need to make for the second half?
Well, paraphrasing the gold medal hockey winning coach Herb Brooks, I just say you continue to play your game. Throw the ball. They had success doing it in the first half, so make sure you keep getting the ball to your playmakers, a little bit more to the perimeter perhaps, but above all, play your game.
Meanwhile, Fields' throw caught by Bird here. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Now a 1st down throw, Fields. He'll get this to his running back, Calais. That catch good for only a couple.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling. Held it to an okay.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And the Raiders are going to take over at their own 41. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's the guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Now Carr. Then his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off near the 42.
I tell you, you don't have press conferences when you sign guys like this. But he's been a real difference maker so far. That's now 2 interceptions for him in the game. And when you're getting contributions up and down your 53-man roster, you're going to be all right.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Now it's Fields. They'll roll him out right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
They'll get this into the hands of Bird. And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the 1st down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. They snap it to Fields. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by the rookie from TCU, Trayvon Merritt.
And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. Oh, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game. Go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down.
No tight end had more catches in 2020 than Darren Waller with 107. The 3rd most by a tight end in history. Maybe we should just take the label off and call him an outstanding receiver.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up 1st downs.
Jacobs. And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Raiders take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11.
Bird will not bring this out, and the drive will begin at the 25.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Fields throw there, complete to Mooney.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield.
Well, we knew that Darnell Mooney could absolutely fly, but he was only taken in the 5th round out of Tulane because of his size. He ended up being one of the better late-round picks in the NFL last year. 61 catches on the season. There's another one there, this time for a 1st down.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
And they've used him in the passing game to great effect so far. And here they get it to him again on the screen, and it turns into a nice positive play.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Fields. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw.
He'll get that complete to his tight end, Kmet.
A gain of 6 there on 1st. So 5 plays on this drive, Charles. All passes, all completions. And just like that, they're in the red zone.
And don't you think the playbook opens up a little bit more now? Because all they've done is throw the football. If you want to run it now, you may very well have them fooled.
And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
Fields throwing again.
And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, You keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance. The passing game's off balance.
And now here's another interception. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And the Raiders are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day because this could leave lasting damage.
There he goes, right side. The 30. Then he will finally be taken down. But how about that play? It's a big one on the final act of the third quarter. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Jalen Johnson. And the Bears are right back in this football game. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ballgame, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot. It fell incomplete. And now offensively, it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now, the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A big play that time through the air. 30 yards. Throwing again is Fields. Flush to his right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter and find their way open.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap. He locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
He's going to let this go for the end zone. And that is, I think he caught it. He did, but they'll say out of bounds. It'll be incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of the game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Flushed out right. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. 3rd touchdown pass now for Derek Carr. And the Raiders are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Bird will not bring this out, and the drive will begin at the 25. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this would... And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. Yannick Ngakoue. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. Throwing on second and long. Fields. And now here's another interception. Desmond King picks it. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They run with Calais. Room past the 20. And some space here. There he goes left side. He's at the 30. 10. Touchdown, Chicago.
So there, Charles, I mean, a situation where it didn't matter how far he had to run, he was not going to be denied, and he winds up taking this all the way to the end zone.
And how about the situation that we're in right now, because this is the fourth quarter. So you know there's some tired legs out there on defense and probably some tired minds as well trying to chase guys around for 4 quarters. But this is what conditioning, athleticism, that separates the good backs from the great backs, and that was an A-plus effort right there.
And he covered a lot of ground on that one, as evidenced by the final total there on Next Gen Stats. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now Carr. Got a man. It's Darren Waller. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Looking again for Waller, and he's got him again. 7 yards, the pickup there.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. He's got it. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Brandon Cooks with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Raiders are closing in on a 4-1 start as they extend their 4th quarter lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now.
Bird will not bring this out, and the drive will begin at the 25.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
And you hate to see this for them, but they're looking at yet another loss to begin this season. Things really going from bad to worse as they trail here, starting this drive 1st and 10 in the 4th quarter.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
To throw is Fields.
Escaping the pressure right. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Fields. He's going to let this one go deep. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And the Raiders are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. Charles, are you kidding me? 4 interceptions? I mean, that's a good season for a lot of defensive backs.
A lot of reason to get voted into the Pro Bowl. When you have 4 in one game, I mean, talk about a campaign slogan, right? I got 4. Send me to the Pro Bowl, guys. What a game we've experienced watching this one.
On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. Pushes past him, and he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
Carr going to throw here. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
On 2nd down, it's Jacobs. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And they open the lead up now to 25. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Bird will not bring this out, and the drive will begin at the 25. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game is played out. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Solomon Thomas, they'd love to see that from him as he slips in for the sack. Throwing on 2nd and long. Fields. Eluding the pressure right. And he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one going to fall incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe you can expect more passes like that downfield. He's going to let it fly. He's got a man, complete. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. On play action, Fields. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. I guess at this point, Charles, heck, why not take some shots?
I would agree with that totally because a big play can't hurt at all. Heck, you might get a pass interference call out of it. Somehow the ball might get tipped up and you come down with it. Might not do too much for the result of the game, but it could add to your stats.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Again, Fields. And that is incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
On 4th down, Fields. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Raider D, they get the football back. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. He's letting it fly for Cooks. It's caught inside the 25. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Extra point by Carson, up and good. And the lead will swell by one more. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Bird will not bring this out, and the drive will begin at the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. A big off.